Hey, it's PJ Agnes from Archangel Self-Defense, and today's video is about virtual kidnapping. Now, if you don't know what virtual kidnapping is, it's been in the media a lot lately. It's a scam in which people are calling parents, telling them they have their children. They might hear a child screaming in the background and asking for help, and then they are directed to stay on the phone unless they want their child to die. They're directed to get money and send it via wire transfer to the kidnappers. It's a scam. You know, your child was never in danger. You find that out after you are off the phone, and if the scam was successful, thousands of dollars later. Some victims are reporting that they were on the phone with these people for 4 or 5 hours. All the time they're yelling at you and trying to make you scared. Recognizing this is a scam is your first line of defense. It's really hard to scam someone once they know what the scam is. So we're going to talk about a couple of differences between an actual kidnapping and a virtual kidnapping. The first thing to know is that kidnappings inside the United States by strangers are very rare. Ransoms for money are exceedingly rare. You know, if you're like me, I don't have the kind of money that would even be worth your time. So there's no real reason to believe that you're the unlucky one that happened to. But I understand your child is very precious to you and causes a lot of anxiety if you think they're in danger. In a real kidnapping, they will offer what's called a sign of life and verify that they have your child by letting you talk to your child, sending you pictures of your child, but they will verify that they have your child. They will be specific. They will use your child's name. They will use your name. In some cases, in virtual kidnappings, the scammers are very specific because they've got a lot of information off social media. And in other cases, they're not specific, and they have just tried to pump people for information. They cold call people, and then when you yell out, "Oh, little Johnny," they go, "Yes, we have little Johnny." But they didn't know that, you know, your child's name was little Johnny. In a actual kidnapping, kidnappers tend to ask for a high dollar amount. It is very specific. In a virtual kidnapping, they just want whatever they can get. So if you can spare $1,500, if you have $1,500 that you're willing to send them to get little Johnny back, they will take your $1,500. Once you send it off, they're outside the country. So the chances of you getting your money back, the chances of the FBI being able to successfully intervene are pretty much none. The first line of defense in this kind of thing, of course, is to recognize that it is a scam. So just recognizing that it's a scam, making yourself aware and your loved ones aware, you know, this is happening to grandparents and to the elderly are becoming more, you know, successful victims. Elderly people are more susceptible to falling for phone scams. That's who the victim I want. So awareness is a key. Second of all, if you get a call like this, then they will start screaming at you, try to scare you. Try to slow that conversation down. If you think you're in danger, try to slow the conversation down. When we are afraid, we don't think clearly and rationally, we're never at our best, slow it down, then you can use some alternate means to verify that your loved one is not in any danger. And keep your social media settings, security settings, very strict. This is another good reason to keep your social security settings strict. So I don't want just everyone in my area to know about what my daughter looks like and her name and what she's doing, and I don't want anyone to be able to Google search me and find out things about my kids. You know, if I want to share those things with friends and family, that's fine. But I don't want anybody else to be able to just find out about my wife or find out about my child. So I'm going to keep those things very strict, and I suggest that you do too. And if you feel you're being scammed, just hang up. I mean, you can report it. It probably won't do any good, but why not? You know, I might mess with them because I always do that to phone scammers. But you can just hang up, end the call, keep yourself safe, keep your family safe, keep your money safe. I'm PJ Ignis from Archangel Self-Defense.